Hey guys, how you all doing? Welcome back again to my channel. Thank you all for stopping by. If today is your first time of coming across this channel, you are highly welcome. And to you, my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. Like, I really do appreciate. So guys, I have this beautiful video that I'm going to be reacting to, and the title of this video is what not to do in Sweden. Avoid this 10 mistake. Did you hear that? So guys, this video is for those of you who are already living in Sweden, or maybe you are planning to relocate or to move into Sweden. So this video that you are about to watch is going to guide you not to make this 10 mistake, because it's good to avoid some certain mistake. Yes, it's good to know about them and to avoid them. So without further ado, let's dive into it and see what it's all about.
Swedish people are polite and friendly, and they don't like to make a big fuss. They often smile, but they might still be furious on the inside.
God.
This is a list of 10 things that you shouldn't do in Sweden.
This is serious.
So you want to visit the cold north and explore the lovely country of Sweden, but you don't want to make a fool of yourself. I'm here to help you with that. With this simple guide, you can avoid the worst pitfalls when you travel to Sweden. Let's kick things off with buying a round of drinks.
Okay.
So you're at a bar with some random Swedish people you've met, and you notice that your glass is empty. You want to be a good chap, so you surprise your new friends by bringing back a pint of beer for everyone at the table. Imagine your surprise when you're not met with cheers and thanks. Instead, you're met with suspicious looks. Buying rounds isn't all that common in Sweden. Everyone typically buys their own drinks. If you buy a round, every Swede starts to do a mental calculation. We're 5 people at the table. That means I'm gonna have to drink 5 more drinks, and I was planning on going home soon. A Swede will feel obligated to pay you back for the drink you bought him. You just wanted to be nice, but instead you accidentally caused him anxiety.
This is serious, guys.
Imagine that you're starting a new job at a Swedish company. At the fika break, you start asking people how much money they make. Everyone suddenly looks away and mutters something about a meeting they forgot. You just made a big mistake. Asking people about their salary is considered a big faux pas in Sweden. Swedish society is rooted in socialism and equality. Things are changing these days, but it's still considered rude to ask people about their salaries. A Swede will happily tell you about their divorce or their mental illnesses, but how much they make, that's a secret.
Oh my God. Like, guys, like what he's trying to say is that the Swede people, let's say for instance, you move into Sweden and suddenly you get a new job, like asking them how much money that those job pays, that is prohibited. They don't like it. That is, they don't like sharing out their money, or maybe they don't like talking about it. This is really serious. I think these almost look like the eastern part of Nigeria, because most people in the eastern part, they will never tell you how much there is in their bank account.
Secret they'll take to the grave.
Watching,
but what if you start by first telling everyone how much you make? Well, that leads to the next
So that is their biggest secret.
taboo
That is
topic.
serious. Guys,
Boasting is
this
very
really
rude in Sweden. You might be good at something or make a lot of money, but you don't talk about it. Jantelagen, the law of Jante, is a Swedish term for not believing that you're better than anyone else. The closest English term is the tall poppy syndrome, about cutting the head off any poppy that grows taller than the others. People might smile and appear impressed if you boast about something, but don't be surprised if you're never invited back again to a party with that crowd. They won't tell it to your face, but you've just become a boasting pariah that people
my
want to
goodness.
avoid.
This is really serious. Oh my god, guys, like this is really serious.
The next
what
thing
he's
not
trying
to do
say,
is
he
pretty
said that,
simple. Don't assume
let's
that
say
all
you
of
are very
Scandinavia
good at
is the same.
something, maybe you have a
Norwegians and Swedes
particular
are different.
business or a
Danes
particular
and Swedes
job
are
and-
different.
and you know
And
that you
Finnish
are very
people aren't
good in
even
this
Scandinavian.
that-
They're part of
that
the
is good to
Nordics.
shut up.
Each country has
That
their
you
own
shouldn't be
customs,
saying it
their
out
own
because
language, and their
once you
own
say
set
it
of
out, that
values.
means
Danish people are
you have
all
crossed
drunk and lazy,
the
for
red
example.
line.
And Finnish people are
I can see
depressed
some
and speak
sense in that because
monosyllabically.
it's
And
not
Norwegians
good,
just
but you
live
are
off their
good at
oil money
something.
and
It's
wander
not good
around
to
in
be
the
boasting
mountains.
about it
They don't
because
do anything
you don't know who
useful.
is happy for
So
you
the
and
next time you're
who is
thinking
not
of
happy
saying
for
that
you.
Sweden
So
is
let's
similar
keep
to
watching.
Denmark, then you're implying that we are drunk and lazy as well. No, but seriously, we see the differences in our cultures very, very clearly, even if you might not. Have you ever been on an escalator in Sweden and noticed that you have a line of people behind you, sighing in frustration and looking annoyed? Chances are you've been standing on the left side of the escalator. Never stand on the left side. The left side is for walking and the right side is for standing still. This is mostly a problem in bigger cities like Stockholm. I don't even know if they have escalators in smaller towns. If you stand on the left side, no one will shout at you, because Swedes dislike confrontation. But if looks could kill, you'd be stabbed more times than Julius Caesar. Here's a simple little rhyme to help you remember where to stand. Stand on the right,
Guys,
now
like,
that's
this
all
is
right.
really
Stand on the
serious.
left, and you're a stupid
Like, I've
bastard.
never been to Sweden. Yes, I've never been to Sweden.
In the US, it's common to call politicians religious
I'm
and
just so excited
God-worshipping
that I came
and
across this
God-fearing,
particular
and
video
that's
because
intended to be a good thing. If a
This video is
politician
very
in Sweden
important.
were to call
You
themselves
must watch for
God-fearing,
everyone.
there would be quite a few raised
Because you don't know where to
eyebrows.
find yourself
Religion
tomorrow.
isn't very big in Sweden. Many people have some sort of faith though, and we do like churches. They're big and cool and they look absolutely awesome, but you don't really go there to worship God. That's where you listen to choirs and
my
concerts
God.
instead. Most people in Sweden are atheist or at least agnostic, and it's seen as a bit of an odd thing to start to talk about your faith. The best way to ensure that you're never
my God.
invited to any of the cool midsummer parties is to say that you're deeply religious. If you have to say anything, just say that you're spiritual.
Guys,
That's
it's
much
good
more
to note
accepted.
all these lines so that when you find yourself in Sweden, you will not go and mess up.
Do you speak like this most of the time? Then you're not really gonna fit in Sweden. Swedish people are pretty quiet, and we appreciate people speaking softly if they have to speak at all. Also, having your phone on speaker mode is just completely unacceptable anywhere. Just forget about that feature completely when you go to Sweden. Use your headphones like everyone else. However, Swedish people aren't always quiet. When a Swede is drunk, they will be as loud and obnoxious as humanly possible. I'm not saying that we Swedes are like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but I'm not saying that we aren't. Do you enjoy a bit of personal space? Maybe a couple of decimeters or so?
Wow.
Well, Swedish people need at least a couple of meters at all times.
Yes, it's good to be
During
more
COVID,
spiritual.
everyone had to stand 2 meters apart, but no one really noticed the difference in Sweden. Don't sit
my
next to
God,
someone
oh my
on the
God, oh my
subway
God,
if
oh
there's
my
an
God.
empty seat anywhere else in the car, and don't stand too close when standing
Oh my
in
God.
line. Otherwise, you'll make us poor Swedes extremely uncomfortable, and
Oh
you'll
my
come off
God.
as some sort of
Serious.
sociopath. Or possibly American. And whatever you do, don't start talking to people
my
when
God.
standing that close. That's just plain weird.
Wow.
Next is a short but sweet one. Don't talk about the Finnish hockey team. Yes, the Finnish
this
are
is
pretty
really
good at
serious. That is,
hockey.
they are
You
very,
don't
very
have to rub
quiet.
it
They
in.
don't like talking.
Sweden has been
I think I
neutral
love
for a
that
long time,
lifestyle.
and we haven't been at war for ages. But the hockey matches between Finland and Sweden are as close as we get. There's one thing that makes Swedish people furious more than anything else. It's not murder. People die sometimes, it happens. It's not talking crap about Sweden. We do that ourselves anyway all the time. The worst thing you can do in Sweden is to cut in line. Standing in line is holy in Sweden. You must respect the queue and you cannot try to cut in line. Granted,
Wow.
this is a bit of an
Guys,
extreme
this is
example.
really
This is a
interesting.
line to get into Comic-Con Stockholm,
things
but the
are
principle
very, very
still
important.
stands. Do you remember the law of Janta I mentioned earlier? Basically, don't believe that you're special and that you deserve to move ahead of others in the queue. It's all about fairness. Everyone hates standing in line, but everyone has to share the pain and no one gets special treatment. And there you have it. Cutting in line is probably the worst thing you can do in Sweden. And that ends my list of the top things not to do if you visit Sweden. I hope you found it useful or at least interesting. Like and subscribe, but most importantly, have a great day. Now to show what a hypocrite I am gonna try to cut in line because I have a press pass. Haha, sucks to be them.
Guys, I really enjoy watching this video a lot. Like, I'm just so happy that I came across this video because even if I have not been in Sweden, it's good to know about these things, about these red lines. Yes, it's good to know about it so that maybe if peradventure you find yourself there, then you will know how to behave. Yes, and I heard that Sweden is a very beautiful and nice place. Like some of these red line that is being listed out, I love some of them. Yes, I love some of them. Like that part when he said that, let's say for instance that everybody has that people are in a queue, you don't have to walk past anyone, you have to stand until it gets to your turn, because a lot of people do that. And I also love the part when he said that they are very, very quiet, they don't like noise, or maybe you will put your phone speaker in a loudspeaker, they don't like it. Like they are a kind of quiet people. I love that very part a lot. And I love, yes, there is a lot of things that he mentioned that for me, that is for me. Yes, because every individual have his or her own personality, but for me, I love some of those ones because I'm not a kind of person that I don't like too much noise. Yes, and it's good for everyone to respect he or herself, maybe when you go out. So guys, I really enjoy watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoy watching this video as well. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and turn on your bell for your notification. So see you all in my next one. Bye.